Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to the next lecture of Linux series. I hope the previous lecture was informative. Okay. Let me start my Ubuntu. Today we are going to learn some basic commands, and the first command that we are going to talk about is clear. So let me clear it. Who am I? I am Arif, and my present working directory is inside my home directory. There is a directory temp, and I am inside the temp directory. A very famous command is the ls command that lists the directory contents. Let me do man ls. Students, I strongly recommend and advise you to please go through the man pages. Most of the time you will not find me reading them for you, because I have read them many a times. But remember, whenever you want to do something, you want to know something new about a command, must go through its man page. So ls lists the contents of the present working directory. Let me go to another directory, d1, and let me see the contents of this directory. The default behavior of ls, if you don't give it any argument, is to list the contents of the present working directory after sorting them in alphabetical orders from top to bottom and then from left to right. A.out, dir1, m3, f, h, and so on. The number of columns and rows depends on the maximum number of files and the size of the name of the file, and of course the resolution of the screen right now. There are a lot of options that you can use with ls. If I use the -1 option, it will just display the file names in a single column. If I use -a, then -a means show the hidden files as well. In Linux, a hidden file is a file whose name starts with a dot. So I have one hidden file over here, which I have made it myself. And these are the two hidden files that are by default created in every directory. Dot, that represents the present working directory, and double dot, that represents the parent working directory. At times we use ls-A option, which do not display dot and double dot, but do display the hidden files. As you can see, this is being displayed over here. ls-I is used to display the inode numbers of the files as well. Gentlemen, every file and directory in our system has a unique inode number associated with it. We will see how the file system is managed later on, but right now just remember that there is an -I option that can be used with ls to display the inode numbers. A very famous option with ls is -L. This displays the files in long listing. First of all, it shows you the number of blocks that are occupied by this present directory. Then it shows 7 different columns. The first column shows you about the type of the file and the permission set it has. The next column shows you the link count of this file. We will talk about link count inshallah later. The third column is the owner of this file, the primary group of this file, the size of this file in bytes, the timestamps of this file. There are 3 different timestamps that are saved with every file: the modification time, the access time, and the status change time. By default, the modification time of a file is displayed over here. If you want to see the status change time, you can use -lc option over here, and if you want to see the access time, you can use -u option with the -l option. The modification time is the time when the contents of this file or directory are changed. Access time is the time when you have last read the contents of this file or directory, and the status change time is the time when suppose the owner of this file has been changed. Gentlemen, ls is a very powerful command. You must go through the main page of it and you must explore it to your maximum, because in some later part of the course you are going to design this command of your own in the C language. Another important command is which is used to display the absolute path name of the command you are talking about. Which ls is showing you that this command is there in the bin directory. Which passwd is the command used to change the password. It is there in usr bin directory. Whenever you want to change your password, you can always change it by just writing password and pressing enter. But if you want to change the password of another user, you need to type the name of the user after this. But if you want to change the password of a user, you need to be root. So over here you can see that he has not allowed me to do that. If you want to perform an operation as root, and if you are a sudoer, then you write down sudo before that command. We will see how we can add a name inside the sudo files later on. So now it will ask me the password of the root. If I have given the password correctly, it will ask me enter the new password for the user Kakamanna. So yes, successfully changed the password. Okay, now if you want to create a directory, so you just use the command mkdir. Let me come up from this mkdir d2, d3 and dir4. This will create three more directories, d2, d3 and dir4. If you want to delete the directories, you use rmdir d3, d2 and dir4. Remember, using rmdir you can delete only the empty directories. These directories were empty, that's why rmdir was successful in deleting these directories. D1 is not an empty directory, you cannot delete it using rmdir. We will see how we can delete it using another command. Gentlemen, if you want to create an empty file, you just use touch command. Touch F1, F2, F3. The touch command basically touches the timestamps of a file. If a file do not exist, it is created. If it exists, its timestamps are updated. Let me show you this. See, prog1 has been created on September 19 at this time, 1849. If I touch prog1.c and I do ls-l again, you see its timestamp is changed. So touch is basically used to change the timestamp. You can change the all the three timestamps if you want to, using the options like -m for modification time, only -a for access time, and -c. You just want to see if the file exists or not. If the file do not exist, it is created, and if it exists, its timestamps are changed. Now another important task that one should be able to do is to view the contents of the file. Suppose there is a file f1.txt and I want to view its contents. The command that can be used is the cat command. So I've used the cat command to see the contents of this file. Name of this file is passed as a command line argument to this command. So let me see another file f2.txt. Oops. This is probably a very long file, so cat command has just read the file, shown its contents on std out, and finally has displayed the prompt. But I want to see this file page by page. So if you want to see it page by page, so instead of cat you use more. So more is a command that displays the contents of the file one page at a time, and at the bottom left corner you can see the percentage of the file that is displayed by now. If I want to go down, I press enter, I go one line down, and if I press spacebar, I go one page down. You can see the contents percentage changing by pressing spacebar, and if I press enter, I am just going one line down. More reads the entire file in memory and then displays a single page by computing this percentage. This percentage shows that 16% of the contents of this file has been displayed. They have gone up. Unfortunately, using more, you cannot move up. You just can move down. That's what the name says, more. So if I want to move up as well, so there is another command, and it says less. If I press Q, I come out of the more command. Let me use less command on the same file. If I press the down arrow, I go down. If I press the up arrow, I move up. So this is a different command that using which you can see the file contents up as well as down. You can use page up and page down. You can press enter to go line by line down. You can press spacebar to go page by page down, and you can of course press up arrow to go up one line at a time. If you want to search this file, you can press /. You see the / is visible over here, and then write down the string you want to search. And if you want to continue the search, press N. It will repeat the search in the same direction. And if you press capital N, we are moving back upward. By luck, Arif is shown on the first line, and you cannot really understand the things, but remember, you press small n, you repeat the search in the downward direction, and you press capital N, you repeat the search in the forward direction, in the backward direction. If you want to go to the beginning of the file, you press G. I am pressing G. I have pressed G. I have come to the beginning of the file. Unfortunately, you cannot see the characters over here. Actually, most of the commands that you give to less are given in non-canonical mode. We will see what is non-canonical mode in some later lecture. If you want to go to the end of the file, you press capital G. I have pressed capital G, and we have moved on to the last of the file. And to quit, we press Q. To view the contents of the file, there are two more commands. One is head. Head displays the first 10 lines of the file. If you want to see just 5 lines, let's suppose, you repeat the same command with an option, let's suppose -5. So head is showing just the first 5 lines of the file, f2.txt. Like head, we have tail as well. You see the command names are very close to common sense. By default, tail also shows the last 10 lines, but if you want to see the 7 lines, I've given the -7 option. After these commands, there are 3 important commands: copy, move, and remove. They are used to copy files and directories, and move the files and directories, and remove the files and directories. So cp is used to copy the files. Suppose I want to copy f2.txt to one step up by the name of kakamana.txt. So So let me go up one step, and you see kakamana.txt is there. If I want to move kakamana.txt, so I use the mv command to let's suppose one step up again, and you see the kakamana is no more over there. Remember, if you want to copy directories using the copy command, you have to use the -r option. But for moving directories, you do not need to use the -r option. Another important point is that if you do something like this, so that means you want to copy A, B, C, D, E, and F to a directory which is G. So if you give more than 2 arguments to cp command, it will copy all the previous argument to the last argument. The last argument needs to be a directory, and the previous arguments if files, and it's okay. If any of the previous argument is a directory, you need to give the -r option. And the same can be done with the mv as well. You can move a lot of files and directories in a single command. Finally, rm is used to remove. Let me remove f3. So the file is removed. Let me remove f1 as well as f2. So they are both removed. While removing, if you want that you should be prompted, you can use the -i option with the rm command. And if you want to remove directories, suppose d1 is a directory and you want to remove this, you need to give the -r option to the rm command. Remember, to copy and remove directories, you have to give -r option, but to move directories, you do not have to give the -r option. Okay. Another important command is alias. Let me do man this time. There is no man page of alias because alias is probably a built-in command. To check for built-in commands, you use type command. Type alias. Alias is a shell built-in, and if I say, let's suppose type ls, so ls is alias to this. Let me do type cp. So cp is hashed /bin/cp. So type commands tell you the path name of the binary file on which the external file resides, external command resides, and in case of a built-in, the type commands just say that this is a built-in. So alias is a built-in. I want to get help about alias, a built-in command. So we cannot use man, so let's use help. Help is a command that is used to get help about the built-in commands. So if you do not give any option to alias, it just displays the aliases, and later on you can use alias command to give a command another name. Let me do it for you. If I use alias, it just shows the aliases which we have right now. So there are a lot of aliases with the commands. That means this alias means if instead of writing ls-alf, I just write ll, it will be equivalent to this command. Let's check out. You see, long listing, hidden files are shown, and at the end of the file name there is a token that shows the type of the file. / shows that this is a directory. We can remove aliases. We can add our own aliases. Clear is a command that is used to clear the screen. Let me create an alias for clear. I say please clean screen is equal to alias. Now if I say please clean screen, that means alias. But actually I do not want to do this. I want to do something like this. Please clean screen should be equivalent of the clear command. Now if I say please clear screen, the screen will be cleared, and if I say alias, you see this new alias has been created. If I want to unalias it, so it is unaliased, it is no more there. So alias is a very powerful command. You can use it to clear, aliases of your own. Finally, some other commands like calendar to show the calendar of the current month. You can see the calendar of particular years, for example calendar 2000. This is 12 months calendar of the year 2000. If you want to see the calendar of a particular month, you can say I want to see the calendar of the month of December, the year 1998. Oops, calendar, not cat. So this is the month of December 1998. Then we have the date command. Date command is used to display the date of the system. If you want to change the date, so you need to give the -s option to date, and you need to give the string. Suppose Tuesday, October 15, midnight, PKT 2000. So if I press enter, the date will not be changed because I need to be sudo for that. But this is the way how you can change the date. Finally, you need to shut down the system. So use shutdown command. If I press enter, it will send a signal to all the processes and it will shut down. This shutdown is equivalent to shutdown now, or you can say shutdown +0, that means just now. If I say shutdown +5, that means shutdown after 5 minutes. If I say shutdown 22:30, that means shutdown at 22:30. If I say shutdown -r now, it will reboot. This shutdown command will act as a reboot command. There are 3 commands previous to shutdown. They are reboot, they are halt, and power off. These commands still exist. They are legacy commands available for compatibility only. I will prefer using shutdown always. So I think that's all for this lecture. Hope this was very informative, and please practice these commands so that you should be able to cope up with the future lectures. Good luck and happy learning. Allah Hafiz.